Now, VCY America presents Worldview Radio with Brannon House.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are live on worldviewtube.com, WorldviewTube Rumble and X account, also WorldviewTube app, which every day I encourage you to install the app. It is for free. Just go to your app store on your device, either Android or iPhone or Apple, should be said. Look for WorldviewTube. Install it, turn on your notifications so you never miss any of our programming or breaking news or special coverages. Also, we're live on X, America News on X, and we're live on my platforms on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and Substack. As always, I will take a look at the comment section. So if you have questions, if you've seen something that you need confirmed, anything, just put them on the comment section, and I will answer them as we go through the show. And talking about if you've seen something you want confirmed. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of misinformation. I'm not going to necessarily say they're all on purpose, but a lot of people are, using information that is not confirmed, that is not out there, it is not true. So one thing I can tell you is, unfortunately, as we speak, the regime has not been toppled. Khamenei has not been killed. Khamenei has not escaped Iran yet. Because I had, I don't know how many people message me like, is this true? Is this true? Trust me, the second that happens, you'll see me on all my platforms screaming of happiness. Second thing I want to address, I had 2 or 3 people ask, I don't know where, I don't know why, somebody on X apparently started saying there was an assassination attempt on al-Shara, also known as al-Jilani. He's alive, but he's injured. Some pictures, those are from a few years ago. Israeli intelligence have said that there is supposedly an attempt or plan or plot to assassinate Jilani through Islamic regime of Iran. However, as of right now, the pictures that are circulating are from few years ago that he was in the hospital. Both would be too much of a good news for me not to come out and talk about. That's for that. I don't know how many of you caught it or if you even heard about it. I do encourage you to, after the show or whenever you have time, go and check out Sean Hannity's interview with Prince Pahlavi from last night. I was talking to Brannon on the phone before I started my show, and I actually told him, I said, I don't know how someone can watch this interview and not come to realize why majority of Iranians are voting for him to be the leader of this revolution. So check it out. I wanted to cut some clips and play them on my show, but I figured it's one of those things. You got to watch from moment one to end to really grasp the idea and understand, be the judge of it yourself, that if you were an Iranian under the tyranny of the Islamic regime for last 47 years, how would you feel about this man? Because, well, that might answer a lot of questions, as too many people saying, why would people, let me go there. Why would Iranian people want a Pahlavi when Shah of Iran was such a dictator with his sabak? He wasn't. That's a story for another time that I will tell if needed. But when you watch this interview, you might come to realize why the people of Iran, majority of them, would want a Pahlavi to be in charge of their uprising, their revolution, and their transition. So that's another you may want to do. Talking about Crown Prince Pahlavi, he put out a new video. Again, as you know, it is in Farsi. However, there's a subtitle for you to read, and I will give you a recap of it afterwards. But he is now directly talking to the police, the military, riot police, and basically everybody in Iran with weapons. So let's check out what his message was, and then we'll talk about it when we come back.
این پیامی مستقیم خطاب به نیروهای مسلح و امنیتی ایران است. شما که لباس نظامی بر تن کرده اید تا از ملت ایران دفاع کنید و اینک در معرض یک انتخاب تاریخی قرار دادید. در روزهایی که مردم شجاع و متحد ایران در حال ساختن و نوشتن تاریخ هستند، پرسش من از شما این است که در کدام سوی تاریخ خواهید ایستاد؟ در کنار جنایتکاران یا در کنار مردم؟ مسئله دیگر این نیست که جمهوری اسلامی، این رژیم فاسد و سرکوبگر، سقوط خواهد کرد یا نه. مسئله فقط زمان سقوط آن است و آن زمان از همیشه نزدیکتر است. در این لحظه های سرنوشت ساز از شما انتظار دارم که به آغوش ملت بازگردید و سلاح خود را نه برای شلیک به مردم که برای حفاظت از آنها به کار گیرید. با این کار نه تنها به وظیفه ملی خود عمل خواهید کرد که از آینده خود و خانواده هایتان نیز محافظت خواهید کرد. 6 ماه پیش پلتفرم همکاری ملی را به عنوان کانال امن اعلام وفاداری به مردم برای شما ایجاد کردم. هزاران تن از شما در آن ثبت نام کردید. اینک با آغاز دوباره خیزش ملی ایران و حجم بالای درخواست‌های جدید، این پلتفرم ارتقا پیدا کرده تا اطمینان حاصل شود که هر یک از شما پاسخ فوری دریافت می‌کنید. اگر قبلا ثبت نام کرده اید و پاسخی دریافت نکرده اید، از شما می‌خواهم دوباره اقدام کنید. در حال حاضر همچنان تنها راه امن ثبت نام اسکن کردن QR کد در زمان پخش زنده از تلویزیون ایران اینترنشنال است. این آخرین فرصت شماست تا به ملت بپیوندید و سرنوشت خود را از کشتی در حال غرق شدن جمهوری اسلامی جدا کنید. سرکوبگران ملت و آنها که به سوی مردم گلوله میزنند مطمئن باشند که شناسایی و مجازات خواهند شد. آنها که در کنار ملت ایران بایستند مورد احترام و تجلیل ملی قرار خواهند گرفت. پاینده ایران.
Okay, let's break this down real quick. The most important part that I actually posted is the question is no longer whether this corrupt, repressive regime will fall. The only question left is when. And that moment is closer than ever. Those who fire on the people, those who suppress this nation will be identified and punished. This is your chance to choose the right side of history, not with the criminals, but with the people of Iran. Important parts because, as you know, or most of you know, the first city in Iran has been taken over by Iranian people, and it only happened when the local police joined the people. They literally put down their weapons and joined the people. So, it is few things I want to point out here. Number one, again, those out there, either Iranians, Middle Easterns, Americans, Democrats, Republicans, anybody who says Pahlavi is not ready, he doesn't want the job, he is just a talking head. The main reason I play these videos is how can a talking head, how can someone I had someone commenting saying, are you sure you want this guy? He has not been in Iran for 47 years. You need someone who understands the culture. I'm like, I've been out of Iran for 20 some years myself. I didn't forget the culture. What are you talking about? So to everyone, as you saw in the video, yes, 6 months ago, he did establish the proper way, the proper app where Iranians inside Iran from any rank, any location, any background could apply to join the movement. And that might answer some of your question of why now, why today? This didn't happen on the 27th nighttime here, 28th of December in Iran. This has been planned. I've been saying for last 11 days that this is coordinated, this is planned, they know what they're doing, just get behind them. Secondly, he talks, I said it earlier this week, I said, he'll come on air, he says something, next day you see the change on the streets. There you go. So, if you wouldn't mind, continue praying for all Iranian men in uniform who are armed. Pray for them to put down their guns or use their weapons to protect the Iranian people and stop following the orders of this regime. Now, while we played this video, I want to give a big shout out to Laura Loomer. She put out a tweet with this video. And outside of Worldview Tube family, she's the first American conservative to say what needs to be said. As you can see on your screen, she's encouraging President Trump to invite Crown Prince Pahlavi to the Oval Office and have a talk. I posted this on my page. I thanked her on my social media, but I wanted to give a shout out because she could have chosen to be the one like the rest of the conservative alternative voices out there, say nothing. Ignore the existence of Pahlavi or ignore the wish of people. She didn't. She chose to make that post, and she chose knowing she was going to get attacked. She still did it. So for that, I thank you. And I encourage the rest of big names out there, retweet her tweet, put your own version out. Please help us get the voice of Iranian people to President Trump. And please help us show him what the right move is for the Iranian people, not for his administration or his legacy, but rather people of Iran. I'm not going to name names, but there are plenty of conservative big names out there who could tag President Trump and encourage him to do what Loomer did. Now, talking about encouraging him and inviting Prince Pahlavi to the office, I want to try and do this in my kindest possible voice. Let me put a note out before I go there. This is not me complaining. This is not me asking for pity, but my brain is fried, my body is exhausted, my heart is very happy. But I want you to understand that after 11 days, because some of you politely reached out to me in private conversations and told me that I need to tone it down and I need to have more tolerance. 11 days around the clock, possibly 2 to 3 hours a night, close your eyes, get up because of time zone difference especially, while managing your normal job to pay your bills and still continue doing what you do normally, and on top of that try to stay truthful and sort through videos and messages and watch people bleed to death on the streets. Forgive me, as I don't have much tolerance and I don't have much of right attitude. Not to be entitled, but sometimes some people need to hear the message in a more harsh tone than normal. And today for me is that day. So this is a plea to President Trump again. Sir, please stand down. Do not try to be the hero. I promise you, if you let this go as it planned, if you allow the people of Iran to gain their freedom on their own and choose their own leader, we will gladly sign a full page of Persian history under your name. We'll send you a copy. You can frame it, put it next to your FIFA Peace Prize. Please stand down. Do not give any orders to our Delta forces in Erbil, Iraq, to either kidnap or take out Khamenei. You had your chance. You missed it. Though you bragged about it back then, I understand today you realize you missed your best opportunity to be a hero, not just in Iran, but in the world. But sometimes making up for missed opportunities could create worse outcomes. That's in the past. Let the Iranian people do their thing. When you are called for help, then help them. Today, United States of America, its military, specifically Delta forces in Erbil, Iraq, should stay out of the way. I have been praying hard for the last few days that Lord will put it in your heart to put your desire for your reasoning aside and respect the process that is going forward. As we say here in America, President Trump, for once, trust the process. With that, we're going to go to our first ad break. When we come back, I'm going to take a look at the comments, so send them in if you have any questions or comments. Be right back.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I greatly appreciate it. Before we get to the comments section, I want to encourage you to head over to cyruswellness.com. I kind of briefly went over it yesterday. I'll do brief going over it today. They are an affiliate of Live Up to Freedom, which means if you support them, you're directly supporting me. And that aside, I've been using the product for about 6 months now. I have fully switched over. I can vouch for every product I have used, which are the products we're going to be promoting. And the company itself will give you 2 years guarantee on any product you purchase. You have to be very sure of your product to offer 2 years, not a warranty, a guarantee, 2 years. So go to cyruswellness.com. And again, it's not something, it's not a luxury items. It's your everyday use, cleaning products, cloth, hygiene, skincare, baby section, pet section, they have it all. And their prices are just as normal as any other place, except they're chemical free. So they didn't go for the path of we're chemical free, we're organic, so we're going to triple charge you with the label. They kept the prices right where they should be. And I want to give a shout out to Alyssa, Tressa, and Grace. Thank you so much, all three of you, for making a purchase and placing an order on cyruswellness.com yesterday and today. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I do look forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback on the products you purchase. I want to know if I'm the only one or you're going to fall in love with them as well. Okay, let's head over to the comment sections real quick. Hello, everybody. Good evening to you as well, Lori. VN440, have people posted to Trump on Truth Social? I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is Prince Pahlavi has put out a public letter thanking President Trump for his support of Iranian people and approaching him with, let's sit down. Also, Prince Pahlavi, on an interview 2 days ago, did say that there is no need for military action or any foreign influence. Things are going just well. So I would hope that would be enough. Maritza says, love your honesty and truth. You rock. Thanks for all you do, Annie. I know you will continue to keep it real. I appreciate your compliments. And yes, I will keep it real. I think my biggest problem is I don't know how not to. I have had places reaching out saying, hey, if you tone it down or filter it a little, we sponsor you, you know. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Hello, everybody. We have YouTube and Facebook joining us today. I heard I did address that question, so I'm not going to reread it. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Hi, Stacey. Thank you. Yes, I should probably remind whatever platform you're watching me on, please make sure to share the feed so more people can join the conversation. Let Iran be Persia again. That would be wonderful. And I don't even care for the name, just for the record. I don't. I care for Iran to be Persia by culture and heritage again. Okay, I'm going to get personal here. Like nothing else is personal, right? An Iranian talking about Iran is about to get personal. Whoops. I was thinking and then talking to a good friend on the phone. I was like, I have pictured the moment where I will be landing in Tehran, because most likely that's where the plane's going to land based on the way I'm going to get to Iran. I'm like, I've been thinking about that, and I'm like planning, like this is the first thing I'm going to do, second, third. But then at the same time, I'm constantly thinking, when will I go? For the matter of our original holidays are going to come back to our calendar. So which holiday do y'all want to be there for? For Nowruz, Mehragan, starts the Great Day? I don't know. And they're pretty far apart, so it's not like I can, make one trip and meet all three holidays. But just the thought that our beautiful, strong culture will be back. Where as Iranians, we're allowed to wear the farvahar around our necks or wear a hoodie with it on. Just the thought of knowing how many of the beautiful, gorgeous Iranian women get to come on the streets and enjoy life the way I do. It might sound ridiculous, but it does make a difference. Having that moment of, blow drying your hair because you're about to step out and you want your very thick, beautiful Persian hair to shine makes a difference in one's soul. Thought of all of that. And that's the thing when I say Persia, the name can stay Iran or Persia. But the roots, to be able to go back to our roots, it's the beauty of it. I'll let my face finish that sentence. Back to your comments before I start talking and on and finish the show without making any updates. Okay. There are also those not living large who have been shouting out for years, and Trump sees you. You had better believe it. I hope so, Stacey. I'll try to believe it. Thank you, Ida Gonzalez, for your prayers. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Anita, for standing with Iran and Iranian people. Oh, good to know, Anne. I have no idea where that area in Ohio is, but I'm going to look it up. Julie says, do you think Iraq will be free from Sharia? Iran, yes. Iraq is a little bit of a different story. Unfortunately, since 24 years ago, the situation in Iraq has dramatically changed. Either we like to admit it or not. It's partially belongs to America, partially now at the moment belongs to Iran's regime. It's a little bit of a different story. I do know that people of Iraq would love to have the freedom to choose their own lifestyle and government. I know that, but it's not going to be that easy. Now, with the Islamic regime gone, and Lord willing Pahlavi being the head of the government in Iran, he will be more than happy to help the Iraqi people, not the U.S. way. No. But the first help is he's going to cut all of the funding to the members of Shia, members of government in Iraq, which automatically will cripple them. That's the type of help we're talking about. So that one is a little harder to answer, depending on where the relationship of Iran and America go, and who's in the administration, who's going to cooperate with Iraq or not. Unfortunately, we have made the situation in Iraq a little bit more complicated. Well, a lot more complicated than Iran, but it is our hope. Well, my prayer has been for everybody in every corner of this world, though there are no corners on a circle, but you know what I mean. Let's one at a time. Let's finish up what Iranians have started, and we go from there. Let me see. Stacy says Trump has helped Iran and the world by bombing those nuke sites more than anyone. He's a very busy man here at home, so you well know. You want him to stand down? ? He understands more than many people give him credit for. Praying for freedom fighters in Iran, sincerely praying for you and all fighting the good fight. I appreciate that, Stacy. I will respectfully, like Anne, I will respectfully have to disagree with your first part of your comment. I have, if you are on my Substack, I have put a couple of Substacks out over the term of 6 months, showing proof that the bombings we did were no help whatsoever to anybody, actually, at all. And right after that, reaching a ceasefire for the regime of Iran was even worse. And I might, during the next ad, I might send that a screenshot to my producer and ask him to put it up. Trump himself, his own words on Truth Social Media, he did brag about saving Khamenei from a very ugly, nasty death. So as much as I want to say, yeah, sure, the truth of the matter is President Trump, through X, a lot of tweets, has been a great verbal supporter of Iranian people, no question about it. However, in action, especially this year, last year, 2025, he did not. So as far as the part of you want him to stand down, he knows more than people give him credit. I do. And that's the thing. I repeat, I don't. I'm not the only one who wants him to stand down. The chosen leader by Iranian people have also asked him to stand down. And I don't know how much Trump knows, just like you don't know how much I know. And I don't know how much you know. What I do know is the policy goes as followed. When people of a nation choose a leader by majority of vote, you respect the people, followed by respecting the leader. And when the leader asks you to stand down, even if you are the most brilliant man on the planet Earth with 217 IQ level, you just stand down. This isn't about competition between who knows more, who knows less. This is about, are we doing what we're doing for the right reason? Or are we doing what we're doing for our own reason? And right now there is a race. Who's going to be the hero? The collapse of the regime is becoming very clear. So, some leaders might try to be the hero. That is not doing the right thing. That's doing it for your own personal reasons. Again, I can't agree or disagree that Trump knows much or doesn't know much. Reason for that is 2016, he was all about we have an Islam problem. 2025, he was all about let's shake all the Islamic leaders' hands. I don't know. Does he know much? Or did he read a bunch of talking points and then later he forgot the talking points and changed plans? On that note, we are out of time on our second segment too, guys. Let's go to our next ad break. And then when we come back, we're just going to continue the discussion. Well, hello, everybody. It's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. But I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I greatly appreciate it. On the first ad break, I mentioned one of the ways you can support me and get yourself healthy products was going to cyruswellness.com. This is the second way you can support me. If you prefer not to switch over and you're happy with your product, then you can head over to my art studio and make a purchase. Pick up art pieces that are handmade by myself. That's lutfstudio.com. lutfstudio.com. You can use promo code MISSION for 10% off. Thomas, no rush, but if you got the email I just sent you during ad, just put it up when you can, and I will... This is one of those times, guys. We sometimes, our memory doesn't necessarily serve us, but there you go. This is President Trump's words on July 2025. I don't remember the exact, there's 16 or something, and said, why would this so-called supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, of the war-torn country of Iran, say so bluntly and foolishly that he won the war with Israel? Goes on to say he's a man of faith, he shouldn't lie, which tells you he doesn't know much apparently. And then in all cap, he said, I saved him from a very ugly, and I can't say that word, a death. So there you go. I understand we want to say President Trump did more for Iranian people than Obama and Biden, but based on his own words, he saved the life of the monster who has been ordering the killing of Iranian people for over 40 years. So how do we justify this? Many ways, because I've heard all the justifications in last 6 months. Trust me. Now, another point I need to point out, there is a Substack on my Substack titled 47 Years of Fire, Why Iran Hasn't Stopped Fighting. In that, I go over the entire history of 47 years of uprisings by Iranian people to try to take their freedoms back, their country back, topple the regime. Started with one thing, ended up somewhere else. And in that one, it looks like a long one because I attached a lot of photos, but I'm actually scrolling myself to get there. There we go. So we have on the history that I wrote here, we have two events or two uprising. January 2018, the Plea Rise Up. This was when on January 2018, there was an uprising in Iran, and it was mainly based on the fact that a lot of employees, government employees, haven't received their paychecks. They can't feed their families. It's the economy, collapse of economy and all of that. And in about a week or so, it has spread across the country, normally the same way it does. And during that time, which was President Trump's presidency, we saw a great deal of tweets coming out with words supporting, but that was it. And then in 2019, November 2019, this is still during President Trump, we had the massacre month. This is known in the calendar of Iran that November of 2019 is marked as the bloodiest month of uprisings in Iran. Islamic Republic of Iran shut down internet. And again, President Trump was very vocal. Restore internet, you don't have the right to take away your people's speech, all of that verbally. But then at the end of the week, when report came out that over 1,200 Iranians were killed on the streets, that is not including those who were arrested and executed, just on the streets with gunshots. I'm not picking on Trump. I'm just stating facts. This is not the first uprising under President Trump's presidency. And I don't like doing that. Obama didn't help people, Trump did. Neither of them did. That's why yesterday on my show, I very much said none of the American presidents have helped the people of Iran for the last 47 years. Some were more vocal about it. They put more tweets out. But that's about it. That's about it. If there was any action to protect the people of Iran against the regime whose pattern is to kill protesters, there was 2018, there was 2019. I remind you, just go Google it for yourself. November 2019, Iran. You'll see all the results. And I can't sit here and tell you somebody else was the president. The bloodiest month of uprising in Iran took place under President Trump. Not that I'm expecting, by the way, I just want to set the record straight. When you state that President Trump has done more for people of Iran than anyone else, or Obama, or doing a comparison with Biden, unfortunately, facts disagree. And today, President Trump ordering capture or killing of Khamenei is not helpful to the people of Iran either. See, that's the thing. A lot of Americans might think that's a great thing. It's not. Number one, people of Iran have worked too hard. They have fought too hard. Too many of them have died for this organic fight for freedom to turn into some color revolution. That's number one reason. When and if they ask for help like they did in 2019, then we can go in and help. They aren't today. They aren't. Also, their leader isn't. That's number one. Respect the blood of innocent Iranians in the last 47 years, not to step on their toes and try to decide for their future. Is that too much to ask? Maybe. But, well, we're asking. Okay. I'm sorry. I should move on. Don't listen to them, Annie. Keep expressing your thoughts with your true emotions. You bring new and valid perspective. I appreciate that. I try to stay factual and not get too emotional with matters. Can I ask, this is Anne asking, can I ask, do you feel fearful sometimes because you were a Muslim before? Do I feel fearful? No. To be honest, no. Not for the last 5 years or so. Do I feel frustrated? Yes, I do frustrated that someone like me in America should even carry the thought that being an ex-Muslim is danger. I wouldn't if we didn't have so many mosques, imams, and Islamic leaders in America, but no, I don't have the fear. I did, but not for the last 5 years. How do you feel about the Muslim mayor of New York City? Julie, I published a Substack. Let me give a plug to my Substack, guys. Substack, liveuptofreedom.substack.com. That's liveuptofreedom.substack.com right there, here. I think that's a link right there. Free articles and paid, which I will encourage you to become a paid subscriber. That helps me dramatically. But I put out, Julie, day of his inauguration, day after his inauguration, I put my thoughts out. How do I feel about it? I feel what I just said, frustrated. It is amazing to watch everything that has been going on in so many countries, right? And for Americans to still think somehow a socialist Islamist is a good choice to run any parts of America, let alone, New York City, with such a big impact across the country, and sometimes you could even say across the world. However, as I said on my most recent article for Freedom Talk magazine, sometimes human nature is to, I had a teacher, let me give her credit for what I'm about to say. She was our, I don't know what it's called, I guess Farsi teacher. And she always used to say that when we go to market, we look for bargain, discount, promo code, sell, whatever is going on, except when we are going for experience. We pay the highest price to experience it ourselves. We don't take somebody else's experience that is offered to us for free or for less price. That's human nature. I have come to realize my fellow Americans are not going to tangibly understand what I've been warning about for over a decade until they have to face it. Then they will realize, oops, wait, I should have just understood, or I should have accepted experiences coming from these ex-Muslims from Middle East who were warning us that they come in slowly, gradually, and they will get to where they need to get to. That's the best I got. There's so much I can say. He's elected, he's inaugurated, he's in office, he already lifted the law of anti-Semitism, he already cut budget for extra securities for synagogues. It is what it is. Nobody's feeling it yet. It's going to take a good year, a full 1 year, for New York City's new mayor to show the true heat for Americans to feel, which sadly is going to be after the midterm. So during midterm, we're going to have more green wave hitting us in different cities, different positions, federal level, local, state, all of it, unfortunately. Okay, continuing on the comment sections, I love it, guys. You are keeping this show going. I'm sorry, where was I? Thank you, Tressa. Yes, let me know on the product, because I want to know. Trump has not been told to have Pahlavi at the White House. He does what he's told. Lori made that a statement. It's interesting you say that, because I actually today, talking to another friend, I'm like, who do you think is the right person we should approach? Because clearly there's that one person who's gonna make that final decision. So I'm trying to figure out who that person is. Yes, Lori, I did get your message on LUTF Studio, and I did reply. I am going to have more of them. I just asked if you wanted the specific color theme, so let me know. Pardon me. Okay. Absolutely, my pleasure, Stacey. Appreciate it. Rudy Giuliani is getting roasted in the comment on X for talking about Nepo baby Shah. He apparently wants MEK in charge of Iran. Skeet on YouTube said that. I know. I was the first and only person years ago, to be exact, in 2016. I said, with all due respect to all the good Rudy Giuliani has done for America, unfortunately, this one time he's been sold a lie and he has bought it. And yesterday and day before on Brown House Live and on Brown's Radio, I also brought up that the concern with U.S. getting involved is Republicans' majority, especially top name in that list, Rudy Giuliani, are supporters of MEK, which stands for Mujahideen Khalq, which translates to the Creation's Jihadist, Marxist Islamist group that was on terror list until 2018, when, thanks to Hillary, Obama removed them from the list. Yes, Rudy Giuliani is one of many Republican voices out there trying to bash Pahlavi to get MEK to take power. Now, let me put this out there. For the record, in the future, whatever the outcome, on this day, January 7th, 2026, I will guarantee you, no matter who from where tries to place MEK as the new power in Iran, will not succeed. The Iranian people will absolutely go to full war with MEK within seconds of the first MEK member face shown in Iran. So I again strongly suggest to all Republicans backing MEK, especially Mr. Mayor Rudy Giuliani. As I titled this show, history is taking names. I pray that your name ends up on the right side of history. We're going to take our last ad break. When we come back, we're going to close on the show. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Worldview 2, built on the 35 years of Worldview books, documentaries, research, high-profile interviews, and the radio and television broadcasts of Brannon House.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I greatly appreciate it. I do see all of your wonderful comments coming in, and I am going to continue addressing them. But there's one thing that I need to make sure to do. One is give you some updates, important updates on Iran. And also, thanks to Iran International, they have put together a beautiful video putting faces into the names we have heard that were killed in last 11 days. It's not all of them, it's 21 of them. So we're going to roll that video while I talk over it, but I want you, I feel like it matters. It matters when you see the faces of those who gave their life just in last 11 days in hope of freedom, not for themselves anymore, for their people. So let's roll that video. While we play that video, I will give you updates. As of right now, 31 confirmed, numbers are different, but 31 confirmed death in Iran in last 11 days, though we have stepped into day 12. Over 1,300, that is 1,300, arrests have been made. Out of the number of those who were killed, there were 5 children being under age of 17. There are also 1 execution that took place this morning, or more like last night, our time. He was arrested, accused of spying for Israel, and hanged next morning, basically. He did not have a chance at a trial or a lawyer or a defense. He was just hanged. And all of that is dramatically heartbreaking. Yes, it is. But this is where I say these people, they gave up their life. They did. I think anyone, anywhere, in any shape or form should at least realize that their hope does not belong to us, including myself, an Iranian who has fought for Iran and Iranian people pretty much all of my adult life. Their hope is theirs, and we should back them up, we should support them, we should pray for them, but we should respect their choice. We should report on what's happening to them. We should be their voice, but we should not try to change their vision or their hope or their dream, because maybe we think we know better than them. They have suffered enough, and I think they deserve, even if they make the wrong choice, they have earned the choice. Let's give them that choice. And if it's the wrong choice, then they will have to answer for it themselves. Another update is, as of right now, 7 confirmed death on the other side, the enemy side. 7 members of, let's call them Besiege, which is all of the people or all the men who are trying to crack down on the uprising. 7 of them have been confirmed dead. Also, a majority of one province of Elam has been pretty much taken over by the people. I can't announce the full province, but it is majority. Also, the Grand Bazaar of Tehran stayed in a strike 2nd day in a row, which is extremely crippling when it comes to what is left of the regime's economy. Therefore, they send their riot police to Grand Bazaar on day 2, trying to literally intimidate shopkeepers to open business. They refused. They fought back. They pushed the riot police out of their bazaar, and they sat back down on the ground, refusing to open their store. Again, it can be fairly emotional because you just saw some of the young faces who lost their life in this fight. But the progress, again, makes sense. It looks bright. It looks organized. And as I said yesterday on my show, we are waiting. If you look back, just in Iran, let's say, in the history of Persia, a lot of what has happened and how things have changed, or how Persians freed themselves from either Qajar dynasty or the Arab Muslims, it's not an overnight process. It's just not. It's gonna take time, and sometimes the longer it takes, the better the result. That's what we're witnessing right now. As I said, we time zone wise, we stepped into day 12 in Iran of the uprising. Numbers are growing. Regime is panicking. At this point, 3 hospitals were attacked by riot police. This morning, I don't know if any of you saw it, but a lot of international backlash is happening. Now, a lot of places are like, okay, I can't actually be quiet about this one. Now, don't worry, the Free Palestine people are still quiet. They're not there. But a lot of other places have finally said, okay, it's a crackdown, fine, but you do not attack a hospital. Though they're treating some of the protesters who were injured. And when I say attacked, I mean genuine attack. Tear gas thrown into the lobbies, and innocent who have been in the hospital for different reasons, terrified, some of them beat up. 3 hospitals in last 24 hours, well, I should say 29 hours, 3 hospitals have been attacked by riot police. That is panic. They can't arrest protesters. They can't, they're trying to get them while they're trying to get treatment. That's desperate. I said it yesterday when they offer $7 a month, which an Israeli outlet put out a very good point. You can afford $7 a month for your own people who are overthrowing you, but you pay $180 a month for Hezbollah soldiers, right? Hold on, that's 180. Was it 180,000 or 1,800? Somewhere there. Point is, you have more money for Hezbollah than your own people who are trying to overthrow you. So the update is, yes, more people have been arrested. Unfortunately, 1 man has been hanged with no trial, no lawyer, nothing. However, it's looking good. It's looking right. And as we're waiting for Friday night or Friday afternoon local time here in America, based on the call to action put out by Prince Pahlavi for Iranians to chant, he didn't tell them what to chant, told them to chant across America Thursday night and Friday night local time of Iran, 8 p.m. We have to wait and see what that turns into. And again, I'll go back to the beginning because I need to do that. I also pray that the U.S. government has the patience to also stand down at least until Friday night to see why would Prince Pahlavi put out such a call to action. Just give him a minute, right? We don't have to rush. Trust, do you have an email address? Yes, liveuptofreedom@gmail.com. Liveuptofreedom@gmail.com is the best email you can reach me out. Absolutely, Lori. Yes. Yes, I that was the thing. I mean, the original video has an audio of one of the hosts of Iran International reading every name and which city they were from, but I figured it's probably not going to make much sense to you guys, so I figured at least she put a face. You hear a name, you even hear an age, but when you see, for me, when I see the face, I see the courage. And they say, what is it? What do we say here? Courage. Courage is contagious. So I figured it would be good to show their faces. How are people killed? Are they all shot? John is asking. Not all, no. Some were shot. Actually, there was a 40-years old mother of 2 who were killed last night. She was shot in the abdomen, and unfortunately, she died a few hours after she arrived at the hospital. Some are shot with live rounds. Some are killed from internal injury from rubber bullets. They just kept shooting. and there was one. Of course, there's one execution hanging, but there was one confirmed report of how do I say that in English? I knew the English name for it. High voltage taser. I hope that's how you say it in English. But that's the thing. They're either live rounds or rubber bullets. That's how they are being killed. At least that's the confirmation I have as of right now. Now, those who have disappeared, none of them have appeared yet. So we still have about a dozen of arrestees who disappeared, and their families don't know where they're at. Bill says, good afternoon to you as well. It is so unbelievable that people in the United States are not up in arms about Muslim who were not born on U.S. soil, then they are getting elected to be mayor and in government. I would agree with you. I would say, well, 10 years ago, it would be unbelievable. Today, it's just disappointing. Today, I believe anything. Nothing is unbelievable in America anymore. Things are so mixed up, let's say, for lack of a better term, that I believe it, but it is pretty disappointing. Let me make sure I catch. Why would any American patriot support MEK? Thanking you in advance. Stacey, it's for me, it's a simple, they shouldn't. For them, unfortunately, one of the things that I mainly hear from the Republican conservative side, they actually believe in enemy of my enemy is my friend. And MEK was very successful after Democrats achieved to remove him from the terrorist list. MEK, very smart, sold that idea to Republicans. And yes, historically, MEK has been the biggest enemy of Islamic regime, not on the argument of Islam, on the personal vendetta of Khomeini promised the leaders of MEK they will get positions in the government, but then he disqualified him from running for position. That's when the issue started. So that's how they got the Republicans. I have a full 1 minute to wrap up the show. First of all, I want to thank you guys. When you join, when you share, when you comment, when you have comments, questions, it gives me that feeling that you're listening. And it's not about me, it's about them. When you're listening, you hear their voice, which is amazing. I want to thank all of you who placed an order on cyruswellness.com. I appreciate that. That is a great help to my mission. And I encourage the rest of you who haven't checked it out to head over to cyruswellness.com. That's cyruswellness.com. And of course, as always, if you can afford it, become a paid subscriber on my Substack, liveuptofreedom.substack.com. That also helps me do what I do to the best of my ability. You all stay safe, stay vigilant, keep your eyes on my pages as more reports are going to be coming out as we move forward through this, Lord willing, final battle of Iranian people versus the Islamic regime. I'll see you soon. Bye.
News is moving faster than ever, and